Hey guys. Hey Michael. Michael say there, Yogi. This was perfect timing. Just finished up the live stream. How'd the live stream go, Michael? Sorry I wasn't there. I will do my best to catch the replay though. I mentioned that I'd like to do some reading on this live stream. One of my favorite things to do. When all else fails, if there's not a particular topic to talk about, and you never know, I'm basically freestyling it. I'm winging it whenever I do go live. But you know what? If I'm ever stuck, then I go to reading some inspirational material, and that always leads to something. Hey, Eric, good point. What's up? Hey, Eric, good point. Do you have a particular song lyric or a particular poem or a line or a quote from a book that in hard times, times of trouble, or when you need a boost of inspiration, gets you every time? Do you have a go-to source? Let's see. Eric says, Michael, man, I missed it. I missed it too. Eric, I'm sorry about that. However, always the replay. Let's see. Eric says, no, it's not off the top of my head. Think about it sometime. If you ever want me to read it. Sebastian says, Eric, Michael, evening. Cat says, act. What are we getting an act for? We got an act because Cat says I accidentally ran over the power line to the chickens. I don't know. What can we do about that? How can it be fixed? You got another power line? Eric says, say Cat. And hey to Sebastian. Sebastian, how you doing? Eric Point got in monster reps today. There's an interesting talk on Reapers about muscle ups. My thoughts on muscle ups that they're very useful, but it's a high skill exercise. And if anyone, sooner or later, if you don't them for reps, and there's always an exception. I never take a chance on being the exception to any rule. If you practice in high rep muscle ups, sooner or later you get injured, and it could be fairly severe. You see it in CrossFit fairly often. Torn biceps, torn rotator cuffs. At the very least, you end up damaging your hands. And I'm not saying don't do muscle ups, but think of them as a skill that you practice. Pavel Tsatsouline puts it really states it obviously and often, succinctly. Strength is a skill. Practice a skill so that you recover, and then you can go on the next day and practice the skill again. I love the combination of a skill set with burpees because you get that conditioning, you get strength, you get power, all with burpees, and then you practice a strength skill set like muscle ups. Get that skill down, and then maybe every once in a while, you test yourself. What can I do? And then you recoup, you recover, you go back to perfecting the skill, the strength set, until the next time. Or you can even switch gears. Maybe you want to do handstand practice. Maybe you want to do something else. But strength is a practice. This is why he called it his power to the people routine, which originally it was side press and deadlifts, and you did them 5 days a week with just 2 sets of 5. You warm up, hit your first set of 5, and then you back down. I believe you back down 20%. You did another set of 5, You might do some abs. You might do some curls. Um, you call it a day. What's up, Dan? Eric Point says, yes, I definitely want to do it all, but I really need to pace myself. You know what? Here's the thing. This is from, I started working out when I was 11. I started working out seriously when I was 11, meaning I didn't skip workouts. Um, so in almost 40 years of training, uh, and knowing you and watching you work out, Eric, the point, you can do it all. You can't do it all at once. Does that make sense? That's where we get in trouble. Dan says, "Sup, Yogi? What's up, Dan?" That's where we get in trouble. Trying to do it all at once. Trying to be a ultra runner and a power lifter. Trying to be a power lifter and a um, gymnast. Trying to be a gymnast and a whatever. Eric says, yes, that makes a great sense. So cycle things. Maybe, uh, summertime is going to be a season of muscle ups. I want to perfect my muscle up. And then in the fall, um, maybe you want to gain some like overall strength. So you do Pavel's routine of deadlifts, and I don't like doing side press. Um, it was a great old time strongman exercise. I'm not old time strongman. I'm just old. I'm not so strong any longer. Um, hey, Soul Stars. I saw Sissy there picking up some great tips from Reaper. Hey, Satan. Hey, I generally recommend gardening, even for Satan. It's a wonderful practice. Um, let's see. I know he was sitting the. Thought he said he was sitting the beach. He talking to me. He wanted to get some water. Um, him and Xena. Reaper says, "I heard Reaper." Yep, I was saying that. Uh, Sissy Soul Stars was picking up some great tips for you. Reaper says, "Yogi, much respect. Much respect for you, Reaper." Um, man, I don't even know if you realize how many people you inspire on a daily basis, Reaper. Everyone in the burpee community. Um, I'm going to take credit for the first burpee rep that Eric Lapointe did, but I think he would agree. What he's doing now is Burpee Reaper inspired. What he's doing now is because of watching you and seeing what you do. Hey, thanks, Eric. Eric has been that man for 9 months. And speaking of first, the very reason I have a membership channel at all is because of Eric Lapointe and Duncan Walsh. Reaper says, appreciate that very much. You're all amazing. Eric says, true. Yeah, you can see it. You can see the respect. And several times, Eric Lapointe has mentioned your program, getting him in the shape that he's in. Really is a feel safe genius program. So it says yes, manifesting and abdolly along with a jump rope. The later wasn't suggested by Reaper, but the first mention was, and I'm holding to it. Help me manifest. Definitely. Not only will I help you manifest, hey, Bud Files, thanks for being here. You don't happen to have a PayPal account linked to your channel, do you? Here's the thing I know about manifesting. Make it as user-friendly as possible. And never, never, never question where the help comes from. Can come from some unlikely places. Did you know, by the way, that that Sissy is a space cowboy, storytelling oracle, comedian, and a jazz artist? Don't forget the jazz artist. Lyrical jazz, weaving laughter and the highest power states back into the fabric of humanity. Man, Soul Stars. I could read your description over and over again and never get tired of it. Let's get that. Let's get that ab dolly and the rope. What kind of rope do you want? I have a heavy ass power rope. I don't use. I should break that out now that it's warm outside. Reaper says, ab dolly is the truth. Had the dolly for like 8 years. Hey, look at those abs. Those abs don't lie. If someone has abs like that and they say ab dolly and your goal is abs, go out and buy an ab dolly. Go out and buy 2 ab dollies. One for the basement, one for the living room. Hey, Maddie. Maddie says, Mr. Yogi, my friend. Maddie, how are you? I really enjoyed your live stream yesterday, hanging out with you and Chloe. And then I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out with me. What's up, Jason? Jason, how are you feeling? How is everything? Jason says, the burpees, I sub you. You're going to be inspired, Jason. Sissy says, something not too heavy, but with more resistance than a light rope. Got you. I'll keep an eye out if I have any, if I see something cross my mind, any suggestions. Hey, I think friend Leo would have some great suggestions because he's always jumping rope. What's up, Jim Rat? Even gravity balls would be beneficial. They would. Jason says, say good point. Group says I want a second one for the single-handed rolls. Maddie says, Eric, good point, buddy. And Maddie says, thank you, Miss Yogi. My pleasure. Such a. I look forward to it every weekend. Jason's relaxing. Says, thanks, buddy. I'm relaxing. So you're recovering okay? Jason says, I made some funny shorts. You know what, Jason? I appreciate you saying that, but also you don't have to say it because you could just say, I made some shorts and I'm going to know they're funny. Really, Jason's become one of the best short artists on YouTube in a short period of time. Like 3 months ago, guys, he wasn't putting out any content at all. He's a pro. Literally, he's a pro. He should be a pro, meaning we need to get him monetized. He's got his 500. We just need to get to his watch hours. He's got a watch hour. He's got a playlist if you guys want to help out. Speaking of which, our friend Cat and Jack could definitely use some watch hours. She's a pro as well. Pros deserve to get paid. And don't forget people who are already monetized. They're still seeking to earn an income. So hang out with Maddie. You know why? Because if you do a super chat, if you watch an ad, he's recycling that money back into other people's channels to help them out. He's doing charity. Maddie is one of the most understated, nicest guys on all of YouTube. He would never say, look at me, guys, I'm a nice guy. He would never call himself out for the things that he does. But he deserves to be mentioned. He deserves to be called out because, like I said, I love those people who sort of fly under the radar, thinking they're not noticed, but doing awesome, awesome stuff. Eric Lapointe is like that. Maddie's like that. Thank you, guys. Hi, Karen. Karen says, thanks, Jason. Let me connect to you. Oh, speaking of which, our friend Karen is looking for some watch hours too. Hey, MK. Nice to see you. Hey, Skits. Have you guys listened to Skits' song? Brand new song on friendships, on friendship. Maddie says, Bus, thank you, Miss Yogi. Thank you for all you've done for me, for sure. And all I see you do for other people. Because I do notice. It says, Jason, How are you, my friend? Jason says, hope everyone is great. I got other health problems, but I just don't want to put on here. Hey, Jason, just know you're in my prayers, my friend. Just know you're in all of our prayers. Sissy says, I hung out with Manny this morning while he was out to catch fish. I'm sorry I missed that. Hey, you going to be tying flies again tonight, Manny? I love how what seems like different communities begin to merge, just one big community now. Karen says, I've been connected to you, Jason. Hey, Steve-O, how are you? Steve-O says, hey, Yogi, how are you, sir? Nice to see you. It's been a little bit. Hey, Reaper, thank you so much. Reaper is now basic support. Here's, I mentioned before that I have a members channel, mainly because of Eric Lapointe. He said two things. I remember saying that I don't feel right having a members only channel because I will be talking about all the stuff I talk about on every live stream. So how could I really um, feel justified to have a members only channel? And Eric's point was that's true. But on your members channel, you'll talk exclusively about it. On your regular part of your channel, you talk about all kinds of stuff, which, yeah, I'm all over the place, guys. And that was an excellent point. And that got me thinking. And then on one of his live streams, he talked about hearing of people who don't offer anything on their members channel, but it gives people an opportunity to support them, support the channel. So 99 cents, great deal. Imagine if, all right, I'm closing in to 8K subscribers. Not everyone is a, every one of them is a legit. There's probably a whole lot of people like bots, machines, stuff like that. And there's probably a lot of people who have like no longer even participate on YouTube, whatever. So let's say there's half, 4,000. And let's say out of that 4,000, half of that decide they just want to support this guy who, every once in a while, says something nice, pays them, whatever, for whatever reason. So YouTube takes, we're talking 2,099 cents. YouTube takes what, 30%? You're still probably making 1,000 a month. When Eric said along those lines, it was an aha moment, and I thought, okay, I see that. I see everything that he's saying. Hey, Home Slice. Jason says, see you later, Yogi Eric. See you, Jason. Jason, you're in my prayers, my friend. Soso says, hey, Jason, we love you back. Yeah, we do, for sure. Hey, Sniper, did I miss you coming in? Reaper says, Buddha trending, Leo. Now Yogi is where my membership ends. Everyone else will get donations. Hey, I appreciate being in that group. Hey, speaking of monetizing, Reaper, what do we need? What do you need to get monetized now? You got 2K subscribers, well-deserved subscribers. Hopefully says have not been able to be seen in lives, but I'm giving it a go and know that I'm here. Thank you, Hopefully. I said appreciate that. Stephen says, good Karen, I've driven 3 hours for my daughter to dances today in a competition. How did she do? Just a shame there's 6 hours between them. Yeah, that's a long day. But hey, what an awesome dad. The kind of stuff my dad used to do. not for my dance competitions. Sepa says I seek and sometimes just under the radar. Sneaking sometimes just under the radar. So what makes you a sniper. MK says, "Hey all, since you guys are here, um, since you guys here are a significant fraction of my subs, do you think there should be also some Dundee in the kitchen?" Yes, without hesitation. And so on this channel or on a separate one. I don't know about separate channels, MK, because if you diversify too much, um, me personally, I like one all-purpose channel. I like MK. So anything MK does, I want to be in for. But when there's so many channels, I don't know where it is. I might lose sight of something. But MK doing all the wonderful stuff that he does, one place, I'm all in. Just my thought. What do you guys think? Sebastian says, yes, indeed, great idea. Always a good idea for struggling families as well as to get some good ideas. People said, need to shut up. Never. Oh, to get monetized. Well, that ain't gonna happen. Reaper's never gonna shut up. Reaper never should shut up. I always appreciate everything you have to say, Reaper. As I mention often, Reaper is old school. Before I was just Yogi, when I was playing old Eric McCarty, as I mentioned before, that title came about when it was actually Mocha suggested, why don't you try to monetize? You've She's like, all you've ever wanted to do, teach yoga, meditation. You want to, share your writing. You want to have conversations about the things that you love. You want to talk about A Course in Miracles. Monetize your channel and see what happens. And I said, I wouldn't even know what to talk about. I wouldn't even know what to title it. I'm just a yogi doing burpees in my basement. And there was that aha moment. There you go. It's the title. But way back then, when I started doing live streams, I haven't missed a single day since, coming up on 2 years of everyday live streams. Um, Let me know when you're tired of it. By the way, let me know when you're tired of it, and I'll take a day off. Uh, Reaper was there. Reaper, Destiny, Osiris would show up. Paul from Oregon would show up. Um, Jay Jordan would show up, and a few others. But it was a core group of people, and we talked about everything. Some of my favorite burpee conversations, Reaper and I would talk about not criticizing, but just talk about what each person brings to the burpee game. So yeah, I do live streams every day, and a large part of that, the person who can get some of the blame, Burpee Reaper. MK says in it, and if it helps you to finance your life, uh, you'll also have more time to create free videos. There you go. Excellent, MK. Reaper says, I don't know, Yogi. It's all good. I'd just like to see, like I said, you put so much out on your channel, and you've done so much for people. Hey, last summer, you made so many people laugh uh, with your Sunday show tunes. MK say to Berkey Reaper. Cypher says, dance this morning. Where'd that go? Sorry, guys. Hey, Trapper. Jeff, I'm doing well, my friend. Hey, Big Al. Big Al is on a laptop. Let's see. Homestacy said they watch too much, so they'll put me in a hole down the YouTube. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. That means you're supporting a lot of people, Home Slice. All right, dance this morning, fourth out of 10 teams, and just waiting for the results of the one she just performed in. Nice. Fourth is awesome. Hey, Chill Cell, how are you, my friend? Hey, so is this a new laptop, Big Al? Copper, how you doing? Hey, Debs. Deb says, Big Al, congrats. Hey, Skeeter. Everyone says, everyone making my rounds, stop by and give a thumbs up. Thank you, Skeeter. Much appreciated. Hello, Anna. Anna, how are you? Anna just reminded me that our friend Willow is at the vet's with her little guinea pig, Rusty. We can send some prayers. Sissy says the cultural symbolism relating to independence, exploration, and rugged survival is what makes this concept both familiar and intriguing. Oh, sorry. Space Cowboy, Space Cowboy, rugged, independent, and often intrepid, navigating the lawless frontiers of outer space. Awesome. You're on the borderland. Uh, you might have heard of Stuart Wilde. To call himself sort of a self-trained Taoist, as well as a shaman. He called those people, the space cowboys, fringe dwellers, people who dwell on the fringe of regular society, at least maybe in their thoughts, if not their actual bodies. Way, way, way back in the day when I definitely didn't fit in, um, even if I wanted to, and I often wondered why. Why don't I want to? At the very least, why is it such a struggle? And I came across that fringe dweller, and I thought that explains it. Not everyone is meant to. Look at Eric Lapointe. He had I forget, was it were you working for the government, Eric? But anyway, it was a steady job, but it wasn't what he wanted to do. It wasn't where his heart lied. Got a job as a Christmas tree farmer. Stephen says, Ketosis, did you check out my last short? Probably get taken down very soon. Reaper says 100. Dundee says, I'll give it a go, Sebastian. Maybe just start a live when cooking sometimes. That's a nice thought. I appreciate you coming in, Skeeter. Skeeter's another awesome fishing channel. Our friend Justin Thunderstruck, Maddie, Skeeter, anything is possible. They're out pretty much every day. Bob, hardcore. Michael says, just finished my 13th live stream this morning. It was fun despite the technical issues due to weather. Yeah, you can't control the weather, but Michael, as I mentioned before, you're a professional. You sail through even with the technical problems. Hey, MD. MD said hi. Appreciate that. Get a number one from Jim Rat. Hey, Smitty. Smitty says, "Sup, chat. I hope everyone's doing good today. Doing pretty good. How are you? You live streaming today? And if you are, do you have a link? Do you want to drop it? Um, Speaking of early support, Smitty was the very first gaming channel. I don't know if he was the first that I subscribed to, but he's the first that I said, okay, I want to support. I want to support Smitty and Tokyo Goal 420, his partner actually, YouTube partner, because they welcomed me in and they were having such a good time. They were gaming. They were talking about movies, westerns, as a matter of fact, and this was a time, I was looking to step outside of just the fitness realm and connect with other people. But I was reluctant with some groups because didn't think I'd have anything in common with a gaming channel. There's no such thing though as just a gaming channel. There's a Smitty channel and a Tokyo channel. They're gamers, but the channel's about them and hanging out with them. So that was a big realization, and I've been a huge supporter ever since. Big Al is chewing corn. I'm never surprised, and I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised that I'm surprised at the things that Big Al does. MK says, I don't pray, but I'll give a cheers toast with water, or better, another decaf coffee, along with my best wishes to Willa and Rusty. Thank you, MK. It's a great book by Larry Dossey, who's a physician. Several great books, but one is about every thought being a prayer. Every single thought is a prayer. So be careful what you pray for. We think of prayers as petitioning. I'm on my knees and I'm asking for something specific, but the single greatest prayer that you can say, as offered by Meister Eckhart, the great German mystic, when he said, if the only prayer one ever said in the entirety of their life is thank you, that would be enough. So if someone were to say to me, Eric, do you pray? I don't pray in any traditional sense. Although I do practice, Ho'oponopono, Hawaiian shamanism is a prayer. Yoga is a prayer. All of it. All of it. Your life is a prayer. Just my way of seeing it. Smitty says, "I'm good, today, brother. It's rainy day here." I didn't hear anything about this, Jim Rat. Sorry, guys, I missed a few comments up above. Dan says some people call me Maurice. I don't go by Space Cowboy anymore. That was funny, man. Whenever you can fit in a Steve Miller subtle joke into a conversation, you're on point with something. Hey, Shirley. Shirley says, Jim, I thought of you when I saw that. I don't know what city you're near, so I just prayed. I know Reaper is south of there. Welcome in, Shirley. I'm looking up to see what I missed. Reaper says, have a great day, family. You too, Reaper. Oh, there was terrorism bombing here in Palm Springs. Oh, wow. One person died for injured. They hit a fertility clinic with a car bomb. Oh, wow. Definitely prayers out. Big Al says, what was that? Hey, Ronnie boy. Big Al says, it is Yogi. Had to pick it up this morning. Nice, Big Al. I'm glad you got that. Big Al says, as a sheriff, keep an eye on the chat. Don't worry yourselves. We don't have a deputy handy though. Chill Cell says, hi everyone. Hey, you guys subscribe to Chill Cell? Very inspiring channel. Great live streams. Anna says, how you say, Yogi? I'm doing pretty good. I'll be honest with you. I'm a little sore from 200 reps with Burpee Reaper. I think I'd have been okay just doing my kettlebell workout. I did a triathlon set, which is clean and jerks, double kettlebells. Then you rest 3 minutes. Then you do a set of just jerks, double kettlebells. Then you rest 3 to 4 minutes, and you do. This was the light one. You do 4 minutes of single arm kettlebell snatch. My second day of triathlon sets in a row. Friday, I did 5-minute sets with heavier kettlebells. And I would have been okay, I think, doing 200 reps with Reaper. The combination of doing those two left me a little bit sore. Don't mind saying. It's a good sore, though. Reminds me what a great, I still do burpees every single day. And I have for, I guess I'm going on 1,300 days. But nowadays, it's just mainly for warm-up. Or on my off days from kettlebells, I'll do 25 reps and a bunch of pull-ups. You can't have a name just a yogi doing burpees and not do any burpees. Skit says too many legends to mention, but I'll just say hello, you collected bunch of legends. Superstars. Thanks, Skits. It said Palm Springs is 30 minutes away, part of the Coachella Valley where I live. Any motives? Not that an act of terrorism needs a motive, but sometimes people make a claim. All right, let me get down to the bottom. I know I missed some stuff. Thank you, Maddie. Maddie says, token gesture to the kindness man on YouTube. Helps everyone and an inspiration to all. We love you, Miss Yogi. Total respect. So thank you so much, Maddie. I don't take any of that for granted, Maddie. Let's see, is Kat back? I did go all the way to the bottom here, and I saw her name mentioned. Hey, Jeff. Jeff, nice to see you. Jeff says, blessings to all. Blessings to you as well, my friend. Hi, everyone. Love you from Scotland. We got a few friends in Scotland. Big House might hire a second deputy. Anyone in mind? Stefan says, wish that was a tumbleweed coming by you, Big Al. The gaming is like the drapery. The people are like what makes it home. Excellent. 100%. So you have a way of, I try to make a point and I take 15 minutes to come across it and I never quite know it. And then Sissy comes along and says, basically, this is what he meant to say and sums it up perfectly. Hey, Clubhouse. I want to know who Big Al's thinking about for a second deputy. Hey, Little Joy. I appreciate that. She hit the like. Let me bring up Little Joy's channel, Life's Little Joys. This is the description. Hey everyone, if you're looking for a space filled with joy, sweet moments, and uplifting vibes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Join as we share heartwarming experiences and spread positivity together. Hit that subscribe button and be part of our growing community. Absolutely. Of course, I'm already subscribed, but let's make it a little easier. Get you dressed up in blue so that if you would like to reach out to anyone, I love your message. I know I've read your description before, but those kind of channels, your channel, your kind of channel, you kind of people, the ones that are just out there to be positive, spread love, full support, 100%. Kat says shh to skits, which makes me wonder what she's up to. Why do I sense mischief afoot? Skit says, let's go. Big Al accepts the bribe. Big Al accepted the bribe. Wait a minute. Sheriff of Yogi of Yogieville, has accepted a bribe? How deep does this go? Is the deputy involved? Is it time for the deputy to step up and become the sheriff? Things are going to change here. Big changes. Cat says, we love you, Yogi. Thank you. I love all of you guys. This is why, by the way, Skits makes a lousy villain. Because his heart's too good. Hey, Josh. Skits has a heart of gold. So he makes a lousy villain because he gives the game away. Cat says, us, we're up to nothing new. Walnut Funds. Thank you so much, Maddie. Talking about walnuts with you guys yesterday. We talked about walnuts, strawberries, the ever-present olive, mushrooms, deep-fried Mars bars. Many of this I am on the same page with Maddie. Thank you so much, Maddie. Thank you to Chloe. I know you guys are in it together. I appreciate you both. Big Al says, say who now? He used to say, I don't know what's going on. But if you accept the bribe, William says, you're nice. Hey, William. If you accept the bribe, since he says, Maddie, you rock, he does rock. William says, I'm going to be a great villain. I am evil incarnate. William? Nah, I can't see it. I've known you too long. However, if anyone were to be an evil genius, I hope William never uses his genius for evil, but he is a genius. Special says, Skits is in the saloon making tunes. Hey, Luke. Luke says, hi, Eric. Hope you, have you ever heard of the book, The Falsification of History by John Hammer? Reading it right now, not sure what to think of it. I haven't. How, let me know when you're done. Sniper, have you heard of it? Oh, wow. Strawberries, blueberries, oatmeal, Mr. Yogi. I'm actually going to the store earlier this week, and all of that is on my list. Maddie, thank you so much. As I said in my message, um, Maddie and Chloe are like family to me. So it says, Maddie, I'm gonna throw in some chia seeds and bananas. Hey, Rebecca. Rebecca says, hi, Yogi. Just popped in before I go live. How are you? I'm good, Rebecca. We were just talking about you. We might be in. You might be in for a promotion, my friend. Willow says, sending love and prayers to everyone. Love and prayers to you, Willow. Hey, Josh. Josh says, you're too kind. You need to stop being too kind. It's too much. Yogi is only going to buy. Only to buy me mushy peas, and you know I don't want that. He's got a point. Not about the mushy peas. Maddie says, Mr. Yogi, you are family also. I have little, but what I have, I share. You certainly do, my friend. And I see that everywhere. And you share your time, you share your humor. Uh, just last night, Maddie was saying, so who needed watch hours? Who needed help with their channel? Kat says, Big Al, I use the time not being scrutinized wisely. Trust me. That definitely makes me feel I've missed some kind of mischief. Rebecca says, promotion, I'm honored. Big Al says, Rebecca, my deputy, there's trouble brewing following a 6-shooter. But Big Al's part of the trouble. That's the problem. Rebecca, I need you to do some serious investigating into your superiors. Special investigation uh, for Rebecca. Big Al says, Kat, do you think I scrutinize you? I'm sorry if you feel that way. That's not how I mean to come across. Kat says, Maddie, you're so sweet. Hey, by the way, Joshua, it appears you're no longer in my basement. You're in Toy Pups' basement. It is up to her. If she doesn't want to give you mushy peas, it is entirely up to her. A yoga treat of choice, my friend, love from Chloe. Thank you, Chloe. I'm trying to think what it might be. I've mentioned before that I have one Brazil nut a day. It's all you need. I do like Brazil nuts. I like the way they taste, but nutritionally speaking, because it's so high in selenium, one a day. It'll balance out your hormone levels. It's good and healthy for the heart. It's good for the brain, as are walnuts, by the way. Walnuts are wonderful brain food. Um, Gotta admit, sometimes you guys just get me to the point of not knowing what to say, just overwhelmed. Most of all, you make me feel like I'm on point, that I'm doing the right thing. Uh, Thank you, Maddie, Chloe. Thank you. One of these days, I will spell Chloe right on the very first try. Big Al, I actually thought he did something wrong. I think Cat would let you know. Will says, sorry, Rusty. Yes, well, I will explain later. Just getting home now. Send me a message. Josh says, wait, no, I'm still in the basement. Says here in your title that you are in Toy Pups' basement. I haven't checked my basement in a while. You for me nothing but mushy peas. I got to get rid of them somehow. I'm not going to eat them. Not going to be me. I'll be big, and Jason will be big. Jason's getting big. Josh says to Maddie, but thank you for your kindness. Thank you, Josh. Beneath it all, Josh has a heart of gold. Sissy says, oh no, really, is Rusty okay? Yeah, I'm hoping she sends a message. Kat says, it is interesting how we perceive things, Big Al. I had a awakening about just that yesterday. Yeah, as I mentioned in that little short, Kat, isn't it interesting how we have an awakening and we think that's it, and then it might be a week, days, months, years, or decades later, and it's a re-epiphany. It hits even deeper this time around. You see everything on a whole new level. Josh says, I'm going to be a mushy pea monster, Yogi. As long as you're a mushy pea monster in Toy Pups' basement and not mine, I'm okay with that. Big Al says, look at Maddie being all being sentimental. If I want the sheriff, I might have to cry. Even sheriffs can cry. Maddie says, absence of words does not mean silence. The heart and emotions say a million words, my friend. Thank you. I mentioned before, uh, Maddie's he's that understated presence, and he's written some beautiful stuff in some of those messages. He's got the heart of a poet. Becca says Yogi was still waiting for that other channel he made specifically about mushy peas. What would I title an anti mushy pea? No, I do feel a little hypocritical because, as mentioned, I do have pea protein powder, and that's about as much as you can get. It's been much to the point of needing water to unmush it. Maddie's a warrior in garden, firm hand, soft heart. Well said, sissy. Hey, Night Watcher. Night Watcher says to a friend. Cat says yes. Hey, Tandra. Tandra, how's everything going? You guys said this is why your deputy, Rebecca, bringing Munchie's peas at just the right time. Joshua says, but Yogi, as he's a silly goober, he agreed with me, cat treats too, but they're kind of tasty. I knew you would like them. Now, Watcher, how are you doing? You're just about done school coming up, right? Veronica says, yes, Big Al. Let's go. Hashtag mushy peas for life. I wonder if that would ever start actually trending. Sissy says, I'm pretty sure I was a cat in a past life. It says, listen, Big Al, cat would never plot mayhem, but I don't have to plot a mushy P cartel dealer of the Skits cartel. They call me Schizo. That was funny. Hey, Jace. Jace, welcome in, my friend. And he says, kindness is sharing, sharing is kindness. This is from All in Chat, our dearest friend. Wow. I don't even know if I could possibly say how much that means to me. And if you knew, like, thank you. Thank you. Don't mind. Just for a moment, please. Susie says, we love you, Yogi, dear friend. I wish there was a way that I could reach out to each one of you right now. It's what that represents. It's what that represents. Tandra, here's what I want to say about Tandra. Eric Lapointe has been a dear friend for a while. I will always be thankful for Eric Lapointe for introducing me to Tandra, for bringing Tandra to my channel. Maddie says, you have the biggest heart and soul, Mr. Yogi. Your soul is pure. Sorry, guys. As the Summit Glacier tearing down the rugged outcrop, you're the best of the rest. This is what I mean about Maddie being a poet. Jace says, much stuff, mushy peas. All right. Jeff says, oh my. That did it for me, guys. I will eat a mushy pea. For Jace, I will eat a mushy pea. be the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, but I'm going to eat a single mushy pea. Let me take that back. I'm going to put a mushy pea in my mouth and drink a big glass of water and wash it down. But I will ingest a mushy pea. There'll be no chewing involved, but I will ingest a mushy pea. I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that in writing. In writing. I love you, Jace. I love you, Jace. Tanya says, Yoga, I hope you know how much you mean to me. Tandra, you made me a song. You made me 2 songs. You sent it to me. A casual comment that I made, and you made me 2 songs. Big guy says, Josh, you may be the most kindest ever on YouTube, and it's not staged. Spontaneous gifts. I'm sorry if I missed some comments. Big Al says, we all love and appreciate you, Yogi. Thank you, Big Al. Yes, it's your Yogi's birthday. Pass the Kleenex, please, says Shirley. Thank you, Shirley. Shirley, thank you. Shirley continuously touches my heart. Josh says, too much kindness. I feel like this is the most kind chat in the history of the Yogi. I think you're right, Josh. Kat says, your emotion breaks my heart. Open Yogi, I love you. I love you too, Kat. Kat, you are my Course in Miracles partner. I hope you know that. I hope you realize that. You are my Course in Miracles partner. Just to walk that path of kindness with you, to walk that path of forgiveness with you means absolutely everything in the world to me. It says, when is your birthday, Yogi? Kat says, Sissy, your beautiful energy is your abundance that you share. And I want to say that thank you and I love you. And I want to jump in on that with Kat. I agree 100%. You guys ever think how essential each and every one of you are? Every single person that's here needed to be here, needs to be here. There's no such thing as a single act of kindness. It's just kindness. Kindness isn't an act, it's an expression. And it needs every single person. I can guarantee you, every single one of you is essential to me, essential to my life, and essential to my channel. Without you, there is no channel. And all I want, all I want for my channel is to offer it as a place for kindness. I mentioned this to people before. I got my issues. and I don't do things perfectly, but I am sincere. I am sincere in my message, and my message is kindness, and my message is forgiveness. Big Al says, I apologize, but I have to go. You need to cook and clean a few things. Love you all, but especially you, Yogi. Thank you, Big Al. There's a reason why, even with your corruption, you are the sheriff, and you will remain the sheriff, my friend. Kat says, yes, a friend to hold my hand on the way is something I've wanted for a long time. That reminds me of the line in the course. If you only knew who walked beside you at all times, fear would be impossible. What do you mean, William? Not me. Of course you're essential. You've been here with me for a year. You and I have private conversations that we have. Of course you are. Matter of fact, if I could just sit here, Roy says a few of my posts got missed on San Diego. I'm sorry, William. I am sorry. I tell you what, if I could make a single wish right now, it would let you know how essential you are, William. Hey, Pancake. William says, or I'm sorry, Shirley says, William, I saw that you're moving. I don't know your situation. Poor man says, that's a problem with text. It's easily misread. Agreed. Thank you, Pancake. We get Jules from Pancake. Much appreciated, my friend. Just gives a salute to Pancake, a pancake emoji. Josh says, what am I, the jester? Nope, you are the ever clever, entertaining, and good-hearted just to Josh. And I never know what you're going to be. If you're going to be just to Josh in the basement of Toy Pups or in my basement. Also says Big Al from your head to your toes, your knees and your nose. It also says Pancake, you legend. Cat says, Course of Miracles says, meaningless. 8. Whenever you question your value, say God himself is incomplete without me. Absolutely. William, that's for you. And it says, I love you all. Thank you all for your kindness. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna. Minus meaningless. Got you. Jeff says, do I have some bad news, Yogi? I'm in your attic. That is bad news, but that's bad news for you. I'm afraid to look in my attic. I hear some things moving around up there. Could be a raccoon, could be a possum, could be a bear, for all I know. It actually could be Josh moving around up there. Roy says, how do you forgive yourself for resentments you held and are unsure of? I can say, I can say I forgive or whatever, but there is a sense of lingering left, and I cannot isolate what I hold, what I'm holding on to. It's an excellent question. Jay says, where's the link? I want to demonstrate the peace wallet technique. It's a process, William. Forgiveness is never a one and done deal, but you're at the beginning, acknowledging it. Nothing changes until you become aware. That's yogic principle 101 right there. You've heard me mention the kleshas, which are called the five afflictions of the mind. And there's no game on how to change the afflictions. There's no method, there's no means. What entirety of yoga is bringing awareness to the mind so that the mind changes to awareness. Course in Miracles takes it one step farther. Become aware and then forgive. Course in Miracles has some great lines along those themes. Love is a light in which I forgive. Become aware of the resentments and what they're doing to you, what you're doing to your relationships. And I just did a YouTube short on this, William. And some of the reasons I'm doing these shorts is because of your inspiration. I want to see this differently. I want to see this resentment differently. Here's the thing, William, you're never going to be able to give up that resentment. I'm never going to be able to forgive so many things, but I don't need to. It's not my job. It's the Holy Spirit's. It's Jesus. It's Buddha. It's Krishna. It's that higher level of love of which we are part of, but we feel disconnected from. So when we surrender, we are bringing that connection back. It lets us off the hook. Holy Spirit's doing all the work, William. Jesus is going to do all the work. Hand it over, turn it over, and literally say, I can't forgive this. I can't let go of this resentment, but I know that you can. Say it to the Holy Spirit. Give it to the Holy Spirit. Surrender to the Holy Spirit and continue on with your life. And then do it again when it comes up. And then do it again. It's not a one deal, it's a life process. Forgiveness 24/7. Frederick Studio says, hi. Hey, Frederick. And he said, Skitsbro, take care. Leaving Skits, heading out. I got to end the live stream too. Roy says, for me, I'm ready to let go of everything here to pursue myself. Me too, William. Me too. I'm in a period of great surrender right now. I'll walk the path with you, William. Every freaking step of the way, I will walk the path with you. I will remind you to let go. You remind me to let go. Thanks for coming in, Skits. Skits has a wonderful song up, guys, on his channel. I hope you get a chance to go over and listen. Tanya says, bye to Skits. Man, William, when you find yourself on that precipice, take the step. William says, I don't know if I can forgive myself just billing here without the funds to go where I went. But here doing this isn't me. You can forgive yourself. And he says, we all have hearts, Yogi, my friend. Your heart is the biggest, beating louder than the rest. I could argue that point, Maddie, because I can hear your heart right now. I can hear your heart right now. As I just typed, Maddie, I can hear your heart right now, and it's loud and pure. I honestly don't know if I know anyone who has a pure heart than Maddie. Shirley says, Amir's, just stay on through your next live, Yogi. We'll give you a health break. Thank you, Shirley. I'm actually going to take a walk. In times of sadness, I find solace in nature. In times of joy and an overwhelmingly sense of love, I find that joy continues in nature. Nature reflects everything back to me. And man, my heart is burst open to the point where I just feel that there's an incredible blue sky. That the only thing right now that can match my heart being broken open with so much love is opening up to that sky. Eric says, wow, nice. Wow. Eric Point says Gilbert put Skits a song on one of his shorts. Nice. What an amazing community we have, guys. William says, bite the bullet and get stuck in the noise or fight for self. What a struggle. William, I don't know. I don't have an answer to you, but this is what has been going back and forth with Kat and I. A great lesson from the course. I don't know what anything is for. I think I do, but it all has my projections on it. And again, I talked about it in that last short. I wish to see this differently. Meaning I want to draw away all perceptions that I place upon it and see things in the pureness. Take time and see yourself differently. See your situation and the people in your life differently. Just only the I'm gonna try. Only I can't do it. Only the yogi. Only two people can do it. Jace and why did his name? Roy Orbison. Jason Roy Orbison. Josh says, could be my cat. Could be throwing me a bagel. Josh 2025. We're adding that to the big book of quotes that Josh is putting together. Maddie says, we all love you, Miss Yogi. I love you too. I love you too. Julie says, nobody does gratitude like you, Yogi. One thing I can say for certain is no one does their 17-minute goodbyes. The longest goodbyes ever. Josh, here's the quote. Give me my cat, throw me a bagel. Josh 2025. There's Shirley's are not going to college. Josh 2025. And yo, what up? I'm from Scotland. Yogi 2025. I'd wear that sickle like a bagel. That's probably my all-time favorite. Hey man, you're bald. Yogi 2025. I no longer even remember why I said some of that stuff. Guys, I'm gonna go outside. Thank you so much. This is gonna be a gratitude walk. Every single step is gonna be a thank you. Every single step is gonna be sent to each and every one of you. I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Sissy says that's why it's called a yogi's on goodbye. Make sure everyone gets a hug on the way to the door. I try. I do try. Anna says, thank you so much, Yogi, and everyone for so much kindness. Thank you, Anna. Worm says, I don't want to make the work here. I don't want to make this work here. I feel that I am compromising on so much to not offend others. I can understand that, William. Tanya says, lots of love, Yogi. And Tanya, lots of love to you, too. I will forever, forever, forever love those two songs. Because those two songs are songs from Tandra. Just a spontaneous gift to do something sweet and nice for a friend. I've done nothing but eat because I have no sense of control, and I'm getting fed up with it. Eric says, another great live. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for making it such a great live. Jace says, thanks for the peaceful stream, brother. Thank you, Jace. When Jace says, brother, it's absolutely true. Jace is a brother. All of you guys are my brothers and sisters. Thank you, guys. I love you.